of all, this bike is an absolute blast on the straight roads. It's a knife around the corners. I just couldn't ask for a better bike for the money. 5PWs are still easy got. I'd say between, probably a low end would be 2,500. The high end would probably be about 4.5, low mileage, perfect nick, full service history, and so on. But like, the bike to me, even though it might have full service history, unless you take it apart yourself, you put it back together, you change the liquids, you change the air filters and so on, you tighten everything the way you want it, you adjust your handles the way you want it, it'll never become yours unless you do that. So to me, like with every bike, once you get it, you gotta make it your own. So first thing I done was I changed the front tire to match the rear. I bought new sprocket set and chain, all rental and DID chain. Then I changed the oil, added RNG bar ends, cause my fingers were like after electricity shock. So it was a must upgrade. And apart from that, oh, I added my yellow LED headlights, headlight bulbs to be precise. That's really it. I just took the spark plugs out, they were very clean. The guy prior to that, prior to me, he had this bike for a couple of years. He only done 150 miles since the last MOT. The reason he was selling it because he needed money to finance the van, and he was going to give a break to the bike riding for a while. So hopefully the miles are lost and he'll find himself again. So yeah, I took this bike apart. I went all the way to the airbox, the intake. I cleaned all the carbon residues, I cleaned the jets, I lubricated all the moving parts, I lubricated all the plastics, all the rubbers, like everything, just so I know it's done right. And also the head seemed to be loose. I thought it might need a new bearing, but turned out to be it just needed a small tightening. So because I had a tool, I was able to do it, and Bob's your uncle. So apart from that, this bike so far just costing 150, maybe a couple £100 on parts and bits and bobs and the tire, so which is nothing. And yeah, I've done 1,700 miles. I love this bike. It makes me smile, gives me a blistering feeling. Like you just feel like you're a weapon on the road. You feel good. You feel like a proud owner owning such a machine, because to me it's probably one of the nicest R1s out there, and it does give you a true feeling because there's no aids to it. It's a wired throttle, there's no ABS, it's just a raw machine. And yeah, it's not scary at all. Like, obviously I wouldn't advise this bike for a new start, but I had about 15,000-16,000 miles under the belt with XTZ and TDM that I feel sure, so to be able to ride one, I think I earned the badge. So yeah, bike's great, acceleration is phenomenal. First gear you have to be sort of a bit gentle with it. Sometimes you might forget, like I remember at the start, I used to just yank TDMs, we started down at any point and didn't matter, I never worried that I was going to lift up or whatever. Another one, you can randomly lift the front wheel, but the bike is so composed, you never feel worried it's going to take you away. You just learn to control it, and it comes back down very softly. Suspension is unreal. I haven't tweaked it at all, but I don't even think I need to, because it's so subtle, so composed at the corners, on the flybys, on the quick turns. I don't bottom it out, and I'm 110 kilos, so I'm just happy. The bike just performs as it should, and it does everything I need. But again, I'm biased because I've never ridden an hour bike to this kind of caliper. Just a pleasure. It revs in no time, it goes in no time. You just gotta remember yourself what you're sitting on and respect the machine, and machine sure will respect you. I don't feel uncomfortable on it. I feel a couple 100-mile round trips in a day. It's easy peasy. The bike's gearbox is so solid, you feel like you're riding automatic, because the gears are so long, rev so long. Whenever I changed the sprockets, I kept the original teeth sizes. I think 16 at the front, 43 something at the back. I know, so something like that. But yeah, I kept everything as it was in the spec sheet. And I don't think there's a need to change that to give me more uplift from the start or reduce the top end. Like top end is phenomenal, but again, at your own discretion, for you to try it in a safe environment, etc. I'd love to take this bike on the proper track day, but I'll see if the finance is allowed for me to do it this year. I'll have to really go and properly feel it. I did buy myself a one-piece leather suit, so I'm pretty ready. I think just need better boots, because currently I'm riding my Cities Adventure 2s, which aren't really a sports bike boot, but I find them rather comfortable, and they fit me like a glove. So I think at some point I should do a small reviews on a couple items which I got, a couple items which are worth spending money, and a couple items which could be explained why it's not so important to go for a big brands or big names and a big price tag, but some things are a must. So yeah, nearly 2,000 mile experience on an R1. I couldn't be happier. I think I got best of both worlds right now. I got XTZ 750 and I got this beautiful R1. Both bikes perform as they should. They both fit me like a glove. So now I just need long enough open road and big enough adventure and time to make it happen. So yeah, I couldn't be happier with this bike. It performs the best, and hopefully they don't waffle on or whatever. But in the specifics, I'm 6'3", 110 kilos. The bike fits me well. I find it comfortable riding long distances. Sometimes you can just sit more forward. In the tank you're gonna go anyway because the seat's sort of slanted, and sit up and hold the bike one hand and just enjoy the ride. Really bliss and easy. The feet feel like I'm pulling them up all the way, and just where they are, just sits on the pegs and I'm nice and comfortable. Brakes are phenomenal. I wish XCZ would have sort of similar feeling, but I have to understand it's a much older bike. The brakes were never meant to be as sharp, but I got plans in the future to work more on the suspension, which in turn will provide me much better braking and reduce the dive, which is what XCZ is prone to. So yeah, tire wise, expensive. They're sort of top of range. You have to go for super sports tires. Yes, you could go for road 6s this sector, but I think for now I'll stick to like super sports stuff, just for the sake of to be within the spec for me to be able to take it down the track. I know road 6s are good and all that, but I'm not really planning to ride this bike in the bad weather or in the winter time, because I'll have XTZ for that in my sort of more adventure sort of riding style and tire setup. So yeah, I don't think there's anything you need to do to these bikes. They speak for themselves. The plastic quality is unreal. All quick take-off screws. Fairings come off fairly easy. Everything's accessible. If you ever think you need a bit of help or guidance on how to do certain things on this bike, let me know. I can soon make a video and help you out, and probably learn a few things myself. So hopefully this review is short enough, but explains it, what I'm about. And to be fair, this bike allowed me to understand what I wanted from motorbikes. I love this thirst of this acceleration. I love how sharp the brakes are. In that case, you feel you're full control at all times, and you can really trust the bike once you get to know it. Like I'm talking to you now, I'm so relaxed, like I shouldn't be as comfortable, but I am super comfortable on this bike. And that's what sort of bugged me right from the start. I was like, I'm playing super sports, I should not be comfortable, yet I am. So yeah. And yeah, corners like a knife. Like a knife. Does everything you ask it to. And I love the sound of it. It's not too loud, yet it's beautiful. And you give her stacks, it's beautiful. Kids love it in the street. Now, if I was to upgrade to the next bike, 5PW kinda is a good benchmark. I think I'll probably stick to this one and give myself a big bang from 2012, 2013. Last before the ugly facelifts and so on. I know it's a matter of opinion, but to me, I don't like whenever there's too much electricity, sensor crap that controls how you ride and what you can do. But I think 2013, 2012 Big Bang models, definitely worth it. It's kind of like where everything changed and just got better. And for the pure sound, because when you're riding it slow, it sounds like a twin, and then this third or fourth cylinder kicks in and sound just very harmonious. But for now, I think I have the 5-valve first cylinder engines. I say 5PW it's hard to not justify saying it's one of the best. And the true real R1, there's enough torque in it. It's only 150 brake and so on. But if you want to go, you can go. You definitely don't feel like you're going to be missing 20-30 brake on the newer bikes. It's fast enough, it's good enough, and it's so easy on fuel in comparison. So I got about 135 miles before the reserve light comes on. So you can ride that all day long without hitting your pockets too much and so on. Also, what I found with this R1, the insurance, it's one of the cheapest compared to other R1s. It's to do with price, it's to do with the brake horsepower. This model of 2004 was much cheaper to insure. Later models are more expensive because they got extra 20 odd horsepower on the top. And then further you go up, the higher value. So higher value means more likely to be stolen, etc. So also, if you write it off, it's a bigger chunk of money for insurance to pay you out if you got full comprehensive insurance. So yeah, 5PW ticks too many boxes. Plus, I'm a great believer that at some point it could also be a collector's item, because they're coming harder and harder to find. Like I said, people will hold on to them because they do perform well, and they're so easy to ride and turn. You can just sit in a third gear and mind your business and took along 30 miles an hour, no problem. So yeah, hopefully this wasn't too much of a waffle and you find this fairly interesting from sort of normal user point of view. I'm not a specialist, I'm not like test rider for many of the bikes, but with what this bike gives me, it's hard to, I think it's hard to top it. Maybe the big bang we'll do at some point in the future, but right now this serious amount of torque right from the get-go, really good engine braking as soon as you release with any gear. It's just phenomenal. And the build quality, it's seriously, you can't fault it. Everything's where it should. Everything's where it should be and easily accessible. And yeah, it's sensible buy if you're looking to get yourself into a leader category. I think it's hard to beat this for the money and for the build quality. So here's my review on owning this bike for nearly 2,000 miles. Adios.